Step number 2 is the 8 Mile. The reason it's called the 8 Mile is, if you guys have seen the movie 8 Mile, it's with Eminem, and there's that rap battle at the very end of the movie, and it's him and a guy named Clarence, and he gets up there, and Clarence is saying all these things about Eminem, and he knows he's about to get roasted on stage. He's the only white guy out there. So Eminem actually gets up on stage first, and he just shits on himself. He just talks about, I am white trash, I do live in a trailer, my mom is a whore, and he says all these crazy, crazy things, but by the end of it, he's already said all the bad stuff about himself, and so Clarence can't say anything. Clarence doesn't even get up and rap, and Eminem wins the rap battle. And so we want to do the same thing with our customers. You have a lot more power in your presentation when you're punching them before they have the chance to punch you back. And so the 8 Mile, the goal here is simply to address the main concerns that the homeowner will probably have before they have the chance to do so. It's just gonna make for a seamless transition into the hook and the pullback. Now, keep in mind, this is gonna vary based off of your area, right? So your market is gonna have specific things that are gonna be objections. It could be the type of customer you're selling, the demographic. If you're selling a more high-end customer, they might have different concerns versus a low-income or a low-end customer might have other concerns that are around, credit or qualifying. And so you want to be really smart with your 8 Mile approach, but I'm just going to do a general one that is pretty proven. It's tried and true. I've sold in dozens and dozens of different markets for solar, and no matter what, it works pretty well to at least get the conversation going. So after I say the reason I'm stopping by, which is the intro, I'm going to say is a lot of people have been noticing that their electric rates keep getting more and more expensive year over year. But unfortunately, there's only a couple of different options, which is really, unless you want to install a windmill in your backyard or completely cut the cord and live like a pilgrim and have candles in the house, you have to pay for your electricity. Now, solar is an awesome thing, but a lot of the reason that people have been holding back from going solar out here is because it used to be super expensive, and a lot of people didn't really have the warranty coverage to make sure that the home was protected long term. So the reason that I'm stopping by now, and then that's going to lead you into the hook. So what I'm doing here is I'm speaking poorly about solar, but I'm doing so in past tense. The reason I want to do this is I want the homeowner to feel like I'm on their team. And if I go in there and I'm just sell, talking about all the amazing things about solar, that's what a homeowner expects from us. You're a door-to-door salesperson. If you're knocking on their door and you're just talking to them about how solar is amazing and it's going to save them all this money, then they're kind of just like, yeah, that's your job. You're supposed to tell me all the good things. But if I go into the approach saying that there's really not a lot of options to save on your electric bill, all the neighbors have noticed their bills keep increasing year over year, and unless you want to build a windmill in your backyard or live like a pilgrim with candles, the only real option is solar. But it used to be so expensive, and I say used to be so expensive, and used to not have a lot of good coverage for warranty options. That perfectly tees me up to be able to go right into the hook, which is all the good stuff about solar, but more specifically how what we're offering today is different than the solar they might have heard of in the past. Because most people have either looked into solar at some point or they've heard bad things about solar. Any product or service out there, I don't care what it is, especially something like solar that's a little bit newer, right? Market penetration right now is about 4 or 5% in the United States, is going to raise concerns. They're gonna hear some of the horror stories. So our job is to diffuse that right off the bat and then go into the actual presentation and how we're different.